Hey guys, welcome back to After the Island. I'm Elizabeth,
And I'm Leo.
and we have Mike with us today.
Hello, I guess.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
We're good. Wait,
We're
where are you
chilling.
at right now?
So at the minute, I am in my house in Manchester, England. So
Oh my gosh. So how
Okay.
far how far is that flight when you leave Fiji to get all the way back? Did you
uh,
take a break at all, or did you just take like 5 flights to get back,
don't
basically?
don't ask, man. Don't ask. It
The
took me
connections went stupid.
honestly. It took me like 23 hours or something. No, 24 and a half hours to get from Manchester to Fiji. And honestly,
Wow.
I'm a nervous flyer as it is, so like it was hell for me.
Yeah,
Bro was
Fiji
stressing.
Fiji
Yeah,
is far. And also, Mike, I don't know if you know this because I'm not sure if you watched our seasons, but of all the 5 seasons of Love Island USA, the 2 that were filmed in Fiji were season 1 that I did and season 5 that Leo did.
Yeah.
So we both have been in Fiji.
And my house, the one you're in, I
yeah.
just finished filming this summer. So the house you're in was the house that we were just in.
Oh, crazy. Oh, so you
Yeah.
know the dynamics
Yeah,
there.
so I'm watching it. I'm watching. I was like, wait, why are they talking over there? They should go talk about that shit over there. But
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it was, to be fair, it was a big villa though. Like
it's
it was,
massive.
yeah, it
It's
was
massive.
big, big.
And the
Yeah, they
sunsets
claim.
are insane. Like when you walk by the pool and you see the sun come
Ah,
down by lunchtime, it's nuts.
bro, do you know what? I'm surprised. Sorry, I didn't want to jump straight into it, but I'm surprised they didn't catch that because when I left, there was a bit where all of the guys were, well, I don't know, I was having a moment and everyone came and joined me. We were just all watching the sunset. It
Yeah,
was so beautiful.
Aww. And they
yeah.
Yeah.
didn't show it?
I know they didn't show it. I was surprised they didn't actually because it was such a beautiful moment. But
Uh-huh.
Oh.
That was like a every night thing. Like every night by dinner, we'd all eat our food and then we'd sit by like the edge of the pool, like where the glass hangs off, and then just watch the sun go down every night.
That's
nah,
so cute.
Yeah.
That's such a special moment.
Hmm.
Okay, wait, Mike, what season were you from the UK?
so I was from season 6, which was the first ever winter season in the UK.
Oh, I haven't. That's why I
Oh,
haven't seen
I
Yeah,
that.
forgot
the
that they
first
do
season.
winter and summer.
Yeah,
What?
it's crazy. So when they introduced it, it was just before COVID as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Damn, I was gonna say because I was like, I wonder why UK has so much more seasons than us. Like like for example, season 5 was the latest season. That's the one I just did. But then
Mm.
UK's like you're saying season 6, and there's like 10 seasons. I was like, damn, like
Yeah, they,
that's
they
a
they
lot.
doubled up. They doubled
Yeah.
up.
Wait, so walk us through what happened on that season, like for anyone else that hasn't seen it.
Okay, so memorable moments from my season. A lot of changing of relationships for me.
Oh,
um,
really? So you had a couple different ones?
to be fair, not as much as people like to like remind me of, but it was a few. It was a few.
So they were gassing it.
Okay. I'm getting
Yeah.
a slight idea. And then ultimately, why did you get dumped on that season? Like what happened?
Ultimately, it was like a day before the final, and we lost out on the public vote.
Oh, shit. And that would probably be because you switched up people that's why the public vote got you.
Yeah, because they're probably thinking like,
Yeah.
oh, if he's switching around, then he probably
Who knows?
isn't
Who
locked in or
knows?
something.
Yeah, the
You know
Love
what? You know
Island
what?
math is mathing. Okay, so
What,
then
what,
they reach
what
out to you.
irritates me? What irritates me about that season is I honestly didn't even change that much, and I didn't change as much as other people. I feel like because I was such a huge character of my season, people just focused on everything I was doing, which was comes with being a
Annoying.
main character.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll happen.
I feel you on that, brother. Trust.
So you leave this, and then how quickly after did Love Island Games contact you and they were like, you gotta come do this?
What in terms of like from when I left my season?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also,
Was
this
it
is years ago now. So
oh.
I left the villa like what 3 years ago.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was like last winter.
Yeah, no, no. So I left the villa 3 years ago. Done a show in between, some other stuff, and I actually got a call up for this show quite late. So I'd say like a few
Whoa.
months before the show started, I got the green light, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. They hadn't even told me everything about the show all the way
Uh-huh.
up until really like a couple weeks before I got
Yeah.
there. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, the whole thing kind of moved real fast.
I feel like that's how it goes. But
Right?
okay,
Like they fly you out and then you find out all the actual information when you get there, which is really
Yeah,
weird to me.
yeah, like I was in the dark for so long, like until I got there, and then they really started to tell us like the nitty gritty, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay, wow, yeah,
Like that
pretty
works.
crazy.
so before we started, you were about to ask, you wanted to know, what was it? What I thought of.
What have you made of this season so far?
Okay. Yeah, you can go. I can say like,
I thought the way you came in, bro, was badass. Like you walked up to my mind and you said, "Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like you're fine as hell, and I don't care if I have to step on toes. Like I'm gonna get what I want." And the way you went about it, I just thought was mad smooth. So I was watching this shit, and I was watching it on like a live stream, and I was
Yeah.
watching it, and I was screaming. I was like, "Bro came to play." He said, I don't give a fuck about nobody. I'm going for the girl." And then it seemed like you guys built a good bond with the guys after that, regardless. So it was like a cool mixture of both worlds.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's crazy to be honest because like I actually I knew I was always gonna come in on smoke. Like, I knew I was
Yeah.
gonna take it deep. But
yeah,
like bless him, I love Ray to pieces, so
Yeah.
I didn't wanna step on his toes too much. But honestly, like the nature of like how I came in, I didn't have a choice. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Because
had to
as
do
a
what I had to
bombshell, you
do.
have to do what you have to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But really and truly, like every single bit of that, me like tearing him and Naimani away from each other, it was eating away at me. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
I had to do what I
Aw.
had to do.
Well, who else were you interested in when you came in? I feel like Justine maybe a little bit, but did
Yeah,
you have like a top three?
yeah. So I was interested in Justine. She was actually the first person who I spoke to, and me and Justine like knew each other already before going into the villa.
Oh, that.
Yeah, it was a no brainer to speak to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imani was a surprise because I had never seen or heard of her before. So like when I saw her, I was like, oh, okay, she's like a real beautiful woman.
Uh-huh.
And in terms of like beauty wise, I feel like everybody really was my type because everybody in there was stunning. But
Yeah.
Fair.
speaking to people, the top three that I had was Imani, Justine, and Liberty, who they didn't show any of that. But yeah,
Oh.
we had a little
Yeah, I
few.
was gonna
Really?
say I don't think we see much of you in Liberty.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, you didn't see any because the whole thing was cut out. But
no.
They
the
be
whole
literally
thing,
making their own narrative with it. Like you, like it's so weird because all of us can relate to this. Like we have our own narrative of what actually happened while we're there. But then you watch it back, you're like, well, damn. Like they didn't
yeah,
show
but
this crucial moment, but it is what it is.
it is what it is. I know they've got a show to run, so at the end of the day, I
Yeah,
can't really say nothing.
yeah.
But yeah, they cut out a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
What was it like with Liberty?
It was cool. Like me and Lib already had like a good understanding. Obviously, both from the UK had a good understanding.
Hmm.
Mhm.
We built up like a good friendship, which was starting to turn romantic at one point, and then um, the hideaway thing changed, and the reshuffle and all of that started to come into play, and it was just like, well, we
Oh,
can't
wow.
accept it.
Yeah. The reshuffling was nuts. I can't believe that was like
Oh, crazy.
that
And
like
the
threw
thing is,
everything for a loop.
That's like what
Callum
they
had
did
been,
in Perfect Match almost. That's like where I like reminded myself of that.
yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever seen it.
Ah,
It's like another show, but it's like the same type of premise. Like it's
No,
like
no, no.
games.
I've seen it. I've seen
Yeah,
it.
and it's like Francesca and them are all shuffling up the couples. I'm like, damn, like they could do it off their own personal interests or just to like fuck with people.
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like, Callum had been threatening to do that for a while as well, but
To you?
what
Ah,
to everyone, he kept saying like, listen, God, and you know how he is as well. Just guys, I swear to God, if I get this opportunity,
oh, so he planted that seed. He is
Funny
so
as shit.
funny. He
yeah, like
totally
Callum,
planted that idea and that seed to do that. That is
He
hilarious.
manifested it.
he
Okay.
did, and it happened. Like he's crazy.
When you asked me to before we started, you were like, what are the two things you think about the season? And I was like, let me save it for the podcast. One, I thought that games would be way more physical, like the challenges. I mean, we've seen a few that are, but I thought based on like, I don't know, I just thought that part would be a little different. Did you going into it think it would be a little bit more physical? And then did you think like, oh, this is good for me because I'll have more of an edge?
Yeah, like honestly, I went in thinking, oh, this is gonna be like all me physical challenges. I'm gonna go in there, roll over everyone. It just wasn't like that. Like even the challenge that got me eliminated, I was so annoyed. Like if you knew how frustrated I was before the challenge even started, because I was thinking, even up until that point, all the challenges had been somewhat physical. This
Uh-huh.
one was basically like chance because we couldn't hear anything and we couldn't see
Yeah.
anything. So I was like, well, you've turned what should have been a physical battle into a 50-50 opportunity.
Yeah,
for
because
either of
you're
us.
blindfolded in that, right?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
blindfolded, so
Yeah.
I couldn't see.
Oh
But
my God.
I agree. Like I was expecting it to be more physical than it was.
Yeah. And that brings me to my second thing when you said it's more chance. I honestly feel like all the eliminations have been like flipping a coin. Like it's all been luck.
Literally, like
There's like
it could
so much
go,
of
it
it.
could
Yeah.
go anywhere, any stage. And even me watching it back now, it's like it's so crazy to watch because it's like, damn, like really, this really was like anybody's game at any point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you do anything differently if you went back?
Ah. You know what it is? I definitely would, but I don't like having that feeling of like regret. I feel like the one thing I would do differently is probably like, yeah, not maybe just tone down the intensity when it came to stealing Armani and stuff like that.
No, because that makes
No, I'm gonna tell you straight
no.
up. The intensity wasn't bad. Like it wasn't given like, oh, he's doing too much. It was just like there's a difference in being cocky and confident, and you look way more confident than cocky because you're well
Yeah, you look
spoken.
confident.
So you
I
weren't
wouldn't
like,
think any of
yeah,
that.
raise a bitch. Like you weren't saying any of that. You're just like, yeah, like he should be worried. And it didn't
Yeah,
come off like you're arrogant. So that's why I was like, okay, bro came to really play these games.
cool. If that's how you're saying it, then I'll have to take your word for it. Honestly,
No, trust.
yeah,
Yeah,
me watching
definitely
it back,
trust
I
us
was like,
on
damn.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely trust us on that. You wouldn't want to do that part any differently. It like made the whole show. Like it had everyone back
Yeah.
on the edge of their seat, like redrawn it. Okay, so if Love Island Games reached out to you, or not Love Island Games, Love Island All Stars that they're doing in the spring, would you go and do it?
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
because you're from the UK, so you
Yeah,
could
because you're
do it.
from the UK, so you could.
I'd have to have a serious think about it. I'd have to have a serious think about it. But I feel like at the stage that I'm at now in life, I would be
Yeah.
so happy with it being like a two and done kind
Yeah,
of thing.
a
Two
two.
and done. Yeah.
That's fair. What about if it was games again?
Now, if it was games again, like it would be a lot harder for me
Yeah.
to consider because I feel like the whole games element changes it a lot. But again,
Yeah,
I have to have a serious think about it and see what happens.
that's fair. Was there anyone that you were hoping you would see in the villa that you didn't get to see?
Yeah, there was a couple people from the UK that I hoped had been out there.
Who?
Even just like on a friendship basis, like there was a couple of my boys that I was hoping would jump in as well. So I'd have
Mm,
some more, closer UK alliances. But
yeah.
understandably, it was Love Island US that were running the show. So
Yeah, I was
kinda-
gonna say like the alliance part goes crazy. Like if you're not in with the US people, you're fucked.
you're
You're
done.
fucked. You're
Yeah.
done.
You're
You're
done.
done. Like, and I'm watching this shit. I'm like, wow, like this is brutal warfare right here. Like it's giving guerrilla warfare. Like they have the main ground, and if you come in from the outside, you're from the UK, Australia, France.
Yeah.
Doesn't fucking matter. You're screwed.
Oh yeah, like the one thing that they didn't show was like when I came in, I was looking at the dynamic of the villa, and I was like, in fact, I was telling Jack, I was like, bro, like, what is this US island? Like, what are we gonna do? And Jack was like,
He's like,
shut
nah.
up. He's like, don't
Yeah,
say.
he
He's like,
said,
cut it.
I'm in.
Yeah.
He's like, cut it. Don't say anything, bro. Like, honestly, stay clear of anything to do with the US because they will come for you. I learned my
On
lesson
God.
quick. I kept my mouth shut. I was everyone's best friend.
He said, yeah. I was like, you were really chilling in the back. I said, he knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
Wow. Yeah, that is very fair. I wonder if they'll switch that dynamic up a little more for season 2, like have it more evenly split.
Yeah, I reckon they will. And I think there'll be a couple surprises for season 2 as well. I feel like they'll bring more countries in as well to make it international.
It was crazy. I didn't even know that there was like Love Island France until we saw them walking, or Love Island Sweden until we saw them walking in.
Yeah.
I had no idea, but it just goes to show you how big the franchise has got like over the years. It's mad.
Yeah. Wait, you didn't answer my question though. Were there any like girls that you wanted to see?
I was trying to grab the question.
He said, I was trying to go like this.
I know.
There was potentially one or two that I would have liked to have seen in there. Are you gonna like press me for the name, or are you gonna let me?
He said no free clout.
No free clout, but yeah, there was a couple of those. There was one or two. In fact, no, there was two people who I would have loved to have seen in there.
And you're not going to tell me who?
No.
Mike is funny as shit right there.
No.
Cameras.
Okay.
I can tell you off there. I can tell you off there, but
Off air.
Okay. Who do you think, like, when you had left the villa, since I think you might know now, but don't like ruin it for any of the fans, when you got dumped from the island, like at that point in time, who did you think was going to win?
oh, at the time, I felt like Jack and Justine were gonna win. Like I just feel like their chemistry that they had was so strong.
Yeah.
Like, immovable. So for me, I was like, unless somebody splits them apart or unless something crazy happens, then I see them going
Right.
the wrong way, because it was a big ask for you guys to like overcome the hurdle of like me. It's like,
Yeah.
Right.
and they did it, but they like passed with flying colors. So
Yeah, that's true. I know. Like right now, I'm like they're a top contender for me, but I in the back of my mind, like I just want Callum to win solo so bad. I want him to win and take all the money.
yeah,
Wow.
the thing is, if Callum wins, I know 100% he's taking the money.
Of course he is.
He said, "Fuck a partnership."
He is so funny. I can't.
How did you like the villa? Like, what was your favorite spot in the villa? Honestly,
My favorite spot in the villa was the I forgot what that bit upstairs was called. That little sneaky beaky.
Oh,
bit.
soul ties.
Soul Ties.
Soul
The name
Ties.
is fitting as well. Soul Ties was
Yeah.
a nice little spot just to kind of hide away from, because anything you did down there, like you could hear people whispering, but you didn't know where they were coming from. So
Yeah. So
Right.
let me tell you, right? So on our season, we said soul ties is like KK is a girl on our season. She said soul ties is crazy because on our season, almost all the drama happened up there because you be whispering to a girl or if a girl's whispering to a guy, everyone's down there hearing it. Like I was talking to a girl on my show named Cassie, right? And we're talking up there. And the girl I was coupled up with is right below with her phone up, recording the conversation just
No,
to see what's
so
happening.
no.
And then soul ties was crazy. And it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
It really had that.
Yeah, that's the one problem with Soul Ties. The fact that you can't see anyone else, so you guys just have to hope that no one's listening.
Yeah, you gotta whisper and pray to
Yeah.
God they're not like this, like the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, what was like your funniest moment that they didn't show? Like, was there anything kind of that would have felt like a behind the scenes moment they didn't air? Like any like funny times with the guys or something like that? Because we've heard some funny stories from people.
Especially Steph.
Steph is crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if he's spoken to Steph already, then I know you would.
Steph is nuts.
Steph needs to go back.
Yes.
Now, Steph, funny enough, I'm linking up with Steph in France when he's back from LA, so
Yeah.
we're gonna go and have a good time as well.
I met him last night. He was hilarious.
Oh yeah, Steph is just always just non-stop comedy, man. The guy's just... Something funny that happened at the very, very end, just before I left. Callum, of course, of all people, Callum was like, "Big Mike, you're not gonna leave without doing something crazy." So I was like, "What do you mean?" So when I first got in, they were obviously like, "Oh, Mike, go and kiss your top 3 girls." Obviously, I kissed Justine and Amani. So he was like, "All right, cool. Before you leave, go and kiss your top 3 girls. Go, boom." I was like, "What? Now I'm leaving." He was like, "Yeah, do it." So I ended up kissing Zita. I ended up kissing Aurelia, and just got a sweet kiss from me at the end, just for the friendship that we had as well. I really.
Oh my gosh! Did they air that or no?
No, they didn't air that.
Oh my god!
I also
so
thought it was funny that you brought that up because when you got there, he was like, "Go kiss your top 3 girls," and you kissed Justine, bro. I was dying. I was like, talk about a double-edged sword.
I know, and I genuinely like it caught him off guard as well because I looked at him. I was like, "Bro, you told me to do it."
You said to do it.
The way the camera caught that angle too is so funny. It's like the kiss is happening, and then you see through it, and then there's just
him in the back.
Yeah.
I went back and I was like, "Hey, listen, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do."
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's a good one. I like that, and it's so on brand for Callum. Like, of course, he like would get one
Yeah.
opportunity to play like producer role and rematch the couples, and now he's like, okay, this is what everyone's gonna do.
Honestly, he had to stir it just one last time. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really fun like ending, having that plus the sunset. Not a bad
Yeah.
way to leave.
No,
Minus
it
the
wasn't. Like honestly, like my first season, I had so much regret, so much doubt, so much looking back and just thinking, wow, I could have done this differently, I could have done that. Honestly,
yeah,
this season, obviously, granted, I'm a lot more mature now as a person, but
yeah.
just being around everyone in the villa, like how cool they all were, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
genuinely such amazing, amazing people. Like, I might have to move to the States at this point. Like,
Yeah.
like, such cool people. I was thinking, wow, I really had a great time, man. Really had a great time.
Oh, I love that. I want you to go back on All Stars so we can see more of you. I feel like it was too brief, but
Maybe
yeah,
you might.
I mean,
You might.
maybe we'll see it.
The three
But
and done.
Yeah,
the three,
might
yeah,
have to
we'll
get a
change
hat
it to
trick.
three and
Yeah.
done. But Mike, thank you so much for coming on here. All the viewers are going to be so excited to see and hear from you. And to anyone watching, we are going to link Mike's social media down below. So go check him out. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like, and then leave any more comments down below for Mike or any questions that you have. And again, thanks so much for coming on. It's been really fun.
No, I
Great to
appreciate you
meet you,
having me.
Mike.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.